Welcome to a game between Bakuhatsu and GoogleFrog. Here in red, GoogleFrog has started with a Cloakybot factory, while Bakuhatsu has started with a Shieldbot factory. And Bakuhatsu has requested this replay, and he wanted to think about like Rogue and Bandit Spam against the Cloakybots. And like he doesn't really know how to expand on this map, he says. So let's see how he does. He started with one raider to scout, that's good. You can see here that he's building energy and mexes. Yeah, that's what you gotta do in this map. There's quite a lot of mexes here. Typically I expand in this direction with my commander because there's the most mexes here and they're kinda easy to defend there, I think. And I wanna shut off like I don't want the opponent to get here with turrets. I want to prefer to like take this turret, or that's my preferred strategy on this map. And yeah. So yeah, you're stalling here a bit while the factory should either be on low priority or you should put the commander and this convict on high priority. You want to prioritize your construction of mexes and solars because right now you have like 12 income and just these while the factory is still draining, so you're stalling. You're only building at 50% of the optimal speed, and this means that your commander is wasting time just standing there and building stuff when it could be walking between the mexes instead. So like yeah, you should try to consider that like you're basically wasting build power. And in this situation, you want the mexes up first and the metal extractors up first. So really put those cons on high priorities. So now, yeah, even this convict, you want this mech to be built as fast as possible because you're getting metal from that. So really, I would recommend putting expanding cons on high priority in order to not waste time. Like if you have a con building here in the base, it can be on like low priority or normal priority. That's fine, but the commander should really be on high priority. Like you're minus 30, you're building less than 50%. Like you only have 30-40% build speed on this commander. You're wasting a lot of time just building mexes. And you can see here he's doing some raiding and he's getting some glaives. Yes, like bandits, they can basically skirmish against glaives pretty well. So yeah, that's something you have to be considerate about when you're the Cloakybot factory. If you just put bandits on like fire at will, that's pretty good. So yeah, he gets a sneaky kill here, like where's your radar? You don't have a radar. I like to build a radar here, then you can see all of this terrain here. Or you can build a radar here, that's also good. Like the commander, he's down here, he's kinda obstructed. His radar is a bit obstructed when he's going through these hills. And you're still not using high priority, I guess. Yeah, you're not. So that is something I would recommend. Yeah. So one bandit against 3 glaives, and you kill 1 glaive. That's only about the loss of like 10 metal. So I mean, at this point you can send like all of these bandits on 5 move across the map easily, because yeah, there's not much, and these bandits would easily deal with these glaives. And your commander and lotus turrets are here, so yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and now you need to start building energy again. Let's see if you realize this. Okay, maybe not that much. Yes, you need to build, I guess it's this reclaiming comic. Okay, I guess it's not entirely necessary yet to build more of that. So GoogleFrog has chose to go out with his commander here, and like that's gonna leave his these are completely open. Like yeah, you could totally go around this, but it doesn't have anything to raid here, so yeah, that's not entirely necessary. An outlaw without thugs, I guess that works against like glaives because glaives have so short range. Against other factors, I wouldn't recommend it, but against cloak, it's fine. And here you're starting to make some Ronins now, and that's good time. Like you can see you're starting to meet the opponent. Like you said, you will go in for a Randy style, like a Randy style, like Ronins. I mean bandits and rogue spam. But when Randy does this plays out, he never makes an outlaw. And in a sense, like you don't really need an outlaw against glaives. There's bandits can deal decently cost effectively against bandits on their own. So an outlaw without thugs, if you're not pushing defense, is kind of overkill. But now the rogues are very good at dealing with defenses here, so yeah. So let's see how he responds. Like he's starting making Ronins, and you can see this makes the outlaw pretty useless. So yeah, that's maybe also a reason why you don't want to make lone outlaws, like Ronins counter them so hard. And here comes some glaives, like you could have had like bandits here protecting this expansion here, and maybe some defenses here as well, so yeah. But you can see your rogues have no problem dealing with these defenses. Like GoogleFrog built like what, 5 Lotus turrets here, and they're useless now against these 3 rogues. Unless you go into range of the turrets. Okay, well they didn't die, so yeah. So yeah, you have these inactive bandits here. I guess you need some to protect these rogues. But these could have been like out here protecting these mexes while you expanded there. They could have been here protecting these mexes. They could be going around and causing annoyance for GoogleFrog here, but they're not doing much at this point. Also, you want to spread them out more, because once you dealt with the defenses, you can pincer the Ronins. Like, Ronins are decently fast. They're like, yeah, 69 mLs per second, and bandits are just 90. So if you really want to catch the Ronins, you need to like flank them, pincer them from several angles. Yeah. It's also something on this map you can try to catch they slow down a little bit in the water, not much, but a little bit. It's something to consider as well. And you said you were going, well, you didn't really. You made a Felon and a Thuglog Ball. Okay, you didn't really go for Randy style. Like he stays on pure bandits and rogue spam all the game basically. So yeah. But at this point you're still pretty even. Like yeah. Value kill, I see. Yeah, it's pretty even. So there's still a lot of terrain here that you could raid. You don't have a radar. Why don't you have a radar? Like, you should be able to see these like imps moving around. Maybe you can even spot them if they like cloak. It's a good thing to be able to cloak, to spot these imps when they're sitting. Also, these mexes are like, just sending 3 bandits here would annoy him a lot. GoogleFrog would force him to like pull glaives or something, or force him to be Lotus turrets. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, now he's getting ahead in the economy. Like you have a mex here you forgot to build, and yeah, you're a bit, what do we call it? You don't really seem to have a game plan. And now you're letting the glaives overrun you here. Like you can just spread them out on a line and you will do fine. And you're also sending rogues to like chase the glaives. I don't really see much point in that. Will they even hit one shot? Like they could be here. Like you can just put them on fight against Ronins. Then they're gonna annoy them. They're not gonna hit them often. But at least they're gonna like force them to move and take. Otherwise, they're gonna take damage. So if they try to chase after the rogues, they're like take damage, and you can push them back. Like now we got up this stinger, and what did they protect it? Nothing really. They had these Ronins, and you could have like at least you should have forced him to like lose some units. Now you got a stinger up, and a stinger up with like units in front of it is really hard to get with rogues. Like yeah. Rogues are still one of the best units against a stinger. And here, see how close he got with his tick without you noticing? That's because you don't have a radar. If you're paying a lot of attention, you can see this this tick being placed. Like you see a unit go out and then cloak, a single unit. They're a little faster than glaives. Like Glaives are what, 115 moves per second, and imps are 125. So if you're really careful, you can even see the speed difference on the like radar. But I mean, it's pretty suspicious if it comes just one unit. Like if you keep an eye on it and it cloaks, yeah, you're gonna like, oh, that's a imp, and you just send one radar there and like scout it. That's the thing. If the opponent is paying attention, it's hard to get these. Let's see if you get this phantom. Problem maybe. You chose sadly not. Like you chose to retreat almost when you were on range. So yeah, now you're in trouble. You have facing a phantom, and you're facing Ronins, and they're gonna kite your units. Like they can't really kite against the Felon, but if you keep the Felon in front, it's gonna get shot down by the sniper. Yeah, and here you do. Oh, well, the imp I guess saves his turn, but yeah. And here you have some idle units. Why are the rogues idle? They're also without any defense, so they can be surrounded and killed by Glaze pretty easily. So yeah. Yeah, now you kind of out-expanded a little bit. And yeah, I guess an Asp is a decent choice against a Phantom. It doesn't have enough like slings to like really get this down. But yeah, these rogues are out of position. Like the defense is here, they're gonna have the long way, probably die. And now you're gonna go in against all this defense. That's a bad choice. I don't see. I guess we hadn't scouted this hard point. But it's like, yeah. Scouting is kind of important. Like imagine you just having a bandit here, seeing the stinger go up and these Faradays go up. Yeah, you gotta see that. You gotta scout that. You can even morph a radar. You can just keep it in front. Move carefully, and you will see when he builds up these defenses and know exactly almost exactly his unit combination, how strong his force is. Now you just walked into a trap, basically. This was his hard point. This was the most defended point on the map he had, and you just walked straight into it. So yeah. I mean, if you stay on pure rogue and bandit span, it works. Like, you let the rogues skirmish against the Ronins, and the Ronins can't really get to the rogues, so he has to use something else. Like, now you have a Felon, and Felon is really expanded and is countered by this Phantom. Yeah, and now you're just attacking this hard point, like, you're not making value. You're losing a lot. Yeah. Before that attack you were still even, but yeah. Yeah. So I mean, you can stay on Bandit Rogue against Cloakies. It's not a problem, I'd say. Like, the bandits deal with glaives, and the rogues deal with everything else, basically. Like, what's their best counter to rogues? Glaives, yeah, but your bandits can sort of deal with that. Imps, well, they need to get in range and be in, like, yeah. If you have a spread out line, an imp won't be like a big deal. Slings, they kind of almost like skirmishers, but yeah, not really. Yeah. So yeah, like rogues deal with everything here except like sights and glaives, but and imps, like, yeah, but bandits can deal with them. So yeah. What else can you say? Like, when you have a shield wall like this, you want to make sure it's not drained, especially if the enemy has a sniper. Like this Felon, you don't want it to get a shot through against the Felon, but it's hard because you're trying to like protect the Felon. So, I mean, if you have the shield power, then you can do it. But yeah, you can see that the sniper just shot through and got the Felon. So yeah, because none of them had enough shield. So yeah. And don't attack the hard point, like... Yeah. What would have happened if you gone here? Like, you would have, like, forced the Ronins to chase you. And then maybe the Felons could have gotten them. And the Sniper, it would have a bit of trouble, like, to keep up. But you will still have, like, also if you're some bandits or even dirtbags, so like annoy snipers and Ronins, you can keep them at a distance, sorta. So yeah, and then these rogues who are also here completely out of position and got killed by a few glaives, like, yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah. Don't be afraid to do more raiding with bandits, yeah. And rogues are good, like, you had them... Like, you had them at the right time and you killed some defenses, but then you let yourself get pushed back by just pure Ronins when your rogues could just perfectly fine skirmish against them. Then you might not even have gotten off this stinger if you have just pushed him here. And then you're pushing him out of the middle of the map. And then, yeah, you have the middle of the map and you're pushing him back. And then you have to, like, consider, are you facing, is he going to build a stinger all the way here? Yeah. Okay, maybe you should avoid it. Or maybe you should try to go around and raid these instead, so yeah. But yeah, letting him get up a stinger this far on the map was a mistake in my opinion. Like, when he was making the stinger, you had your rogues here chasing glaives. Yeah, that's not ideal, really not. Yeah, those are my tips for you, Bakuhatsu. GG.